Hello everyone, welcome to another video surviving the Warzone quick match series. We've been steadily climbing up, winning every game so far. I haven't played that many games, but I have been winning them all. So slowly increasing our elo rating. One of the most closest matches that I had recently was against Lionheart, and it's also pretty well placed in the rankings, so it really gave me some nice elo boost. It was in Gotham, a map that was Lionheart himself that created. So he's the creator of the map, and I was playing against him. And this map has the special settings made popular by Esander, where if you have only part of the area, you can get negative income, and if you get the full area, you get the full income. So it's slightly different from the usual settings. There are other maps templates that are famous for this, Africa and American biomes. But on this one in particular is Gotham. I've been playing a lot of Gotham, mostly because of the quick match. But I also did the WGL on it, so I know pretty much the settings. And what you usually want to go for is combos, like territories where you put two picks, and if you get both of them, you get the full area without any deployment. That's usually what you want. So that's what I went for right here. I went for 1-2 in Burnley. Then the 3-4 was in Narrows, which is a bit crappy. It's like -2 starting off, but if you finish it, it's a 3, and people are very reluctant to attack it. So that's somehow positive. The 5-6 was in Cherry Hill. The 7 is here, the lone in Gotham. 8 up north in Somerset. The 9 and 9 is down here on the +2. Also felt pretty good. 10 and 11 to cover this hot area. Usually has very nice expansion with Park Row also available. And then we have the 11, well, the 11 is here, and then 12, 13 on this +4 in Arkham Island, which is okay. It's okay. I mean, it's more of a counter for Burnley, because you really need to get all 4 territories or 5 territories to get the +4. Otherwise, it's like you're getting close to nothing. So it's not very optimum bonus, but it's alright. As for position's sake, on this particular map, it was alright. And the 14th in the +5, you usually want to get the +5s, either this one or the +4 here on the right, or the one on the financial district. And there was a pick in Gotham district that I just, or Gotham, whatever it's called, Gotham Docks, that I completely ignored. And I mostly did this because there were a lot of combos for first turn bonuses. So I decided to go for the combos instead, from the experience I have from previous games that it usually turns out better. There was also a triple pick combo in Slaughter Swamp, which could be interesting. These Mr. Freeze areas, you can do some special tricks on it, but Lionheart will use one of them, so I will explain it to you when we reach it. So this was what we ended up with. We split our 1-2 in Burnley. I got a very safe Cherry Hill, well, relatively safe. You can still go there. A very safe Narrows without any deployment. Safe expansion in Somerset, and safe expansion in Wayne Manor. So for me, this was pretty alright. I knew I had some decent expansion without deployment, so I could fully deploy in Gotham's arms department and maybe wipe out Lionheart from that position. Now you can see that Lionheart has more potential for expansion, but he needs to deploy more to get that. So if I manage to wipe him out from, for example, Burnley Freight Yards before he's able to fully expand, I will have advantage. So let's go over the first turn, see what happened. So this is what something very interesting happened. He Lionheart airlifted his troops from Sullivan Island into Fernley Freight Yards and gifted me that territory. And this is smart because he has 2 other territories in Slaughter Swamp. So by gifting me this, he expects me to gift him back on the next turn. A single territory here in Mr. Freeze is -3. So it takes a lot out of your income. I would be up to 9 if it wasn't for that gift that he gave me. At the same time, he expands into WGTU radio just to get the +1. He also expands into Actuality, and he tries to expand into Upper East Side. Um, I don't know if this was the optimum expansion for him. I might have went for the full Slaughter Swamp instead, just to get the full +3 out of it. But this is what he decided to do, so it's on him. I expanded on Somerset because I know it was free and that he probably wouldn't be able to wipe me out from Gotham's apartment. Could also airlift my leftovers if I needed to defend it harder next turn. So this is the next turn. What happened? I just blockaded Sullivan Island instead of gifting him back because I was pretty sure that he would be in Inkley and SS Gotham Queen. So I decided to blockade it instead of gifting him back. I had position in Art Center anyways to get into Old Gotham, so I didn't really need the position there. I was a bit afraid that he could also be in Gotham Docks, but I think he wouldn't gift me Sullivan Island if he was in Gotham Docks. He would have expanded into Financial District. So now I had pretty accurate idea that he was not in Financial District whatsoever. He probably only had one pick in Inkley, otherwise he wouldn't have gifted me, either in Inkley or in SS Gotham Queen. And I knew that his other pick was probably in Oblivion and also probably Falcon Dock. I didn't know about Schwartz Bypass. It was likely that he was in Upper East Side though. So at the end of this turn, I have some small advantage. He can break my +3, so I need to be wary of that. But other than that, I'm in pretty good position just because I have so much more income than he does. Well, +2 income than he. So let's go next item step by step. He finishes expanding on GDCP headquarters and keeps expanding on Hocus Pocus, which is good. I decide to protect Gotham Corp and try to clean up as much as I can behind me. Possibly go for an elimination if he plays poorly. I attack with 5 here. Thanks for that. Thanks for ruining the video. And luckily he runs into my wall and I slam him back, so I get the whole Burnley. And this was a pretty big blow against him. At this point, I would assume he would just surrender, but he decided to keep playing. So at this point, I had a hard decision to make. Would I airlift Burnley Frey and Von Grunwald Enterprises into Gotham Tower Apartments? Or would I attack toxic areas to try to expand into Amusement Mile afterwards? Or would I just move them back into Gotham Arms Apartment and expand into Arkham Island? It took me a while to decide this. I decided to go into Gotham Arms Apartment at the end. And she is expanding very strongly, which he should. That's the right call for him. It's very likely he would get broken in Finnegan's. I decide to flank in Diamond District. I was a bit unsure of his income, and now I realize that he was expanding, but I probably have still income advantage over him, so I decide to hammer him this turn. See, I attack minimally on the flanks and attack hard on the main one. He predicts on cellar door that I would attack with something, so he should be able to stay alive there. But by now he has the +5. And I also see him in the Schwartz Bypass, which I was surprised to do that. I thought this would be empty and he would only be in Upper East Side. But it was lucky for me that he was there, because now I could put some more pressure on him on more points. And I could also finish Bristol Coast behind me. So that's what I do. I finish Bristol Coast. I blockade Trigate behind me, just make sure that he wasted troops there, and I focus on wiping him out from a cellar door. I managed to get him. I was predicting that he would put a big stack on cellar door and ignore police station altogether. Instead, he blockaded it, which was smart, all things considered. And at this point, I started wondering, was he really in one of the Slaughter Swamp picks at all? Because he could have just gifted me because it was the single one pick that he had there. So that was left wondering in my head. I mean, the other pick could have been Falcon Dock, but I knew he had this area for sure by now. But I still had income advantage, so at this point I decided to slam into Shelton Park, I believe. Let's see how things go. Yeah, I show up this turn already. And now this next turn, I had a hard decision to make. Should I fully deploy here? Should I keep expanding somewhere, like into Robinson Park, for example? I decided to get police station by deploying minimally into it and put the rest in Sheldon Park. My main doubt was, should I attack from Sheldon Park, or does he have enough income now to prevent me, and I will be running against the wall because I'm deploying something in uh, in in old Gotham. So that was the main doubt. Ended up tapping the big stack on police station and attacking minimally and airlifting the rest. It's more efficient that way. And now I saw him in SS Gotham Queen, but I had good position to break him in Slaughter Swamp, so that was pretty fine. I also see that I have income advantage, or he could still be expanding elsewhere, which he was expanding in Black Bass Bar, but didn't finish Youth Hostel, a mistake in my opinion. Um, and now I have so much more income. I just smash him hard on the south, and he tries to flank on Sandy Hook, which is not really very interesting. Well, I guess it's better for position. He has two territories, and even if I break SS Gotham Queen, he would still have two territories. So that was a decent play for him. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the income to back it up, and I just break Fox Gardens. And once again, this is pretty much game over at this point. Still play one more turn. Tries desperately to break something. We do manage to swap on a police station, but my big stack is making too much damage on his income on the south. So I think he will just give one last attempt and surrender. So yeah, pretty close matchup. He did a few mistakes, not that many. I think the main problem here was picks. I think that theory that I exposed earlier on, that you should probably mostly go for the first turn bonus combos, applies well in Gotham, because you don't have to deploy, and one of the main problems you have in Gotham is having enough income to deploy after turn one usually. So if you manage to use all your positions to get full bonuses on first turn, you usually are in a better position to be able to both deploy against a front that you need to defend and still keep expanding, which is the main thing you want to do. So yeah, close matchup, well played, Lionheart, but I managed to get the upper hand. I got a very hefty 7.72 rating increase out of this one, so very good for my elo. Well played. Let me know what you guys think on the comments below. What could have been a better play in one of the positions that you were in? What is your favorite Gotham strategy? What would you have picked on this specific template? Put your comments below, and see you next video. Bye bye everyone. Take care.